Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of how to draw 23 eggs. Why 23? Just because I got an image which has 23 eggs, and then we'll do every single one of them. Easy ways to do eggs. This exercise or this tutorial is very useful because this one shows you how to create texture. These textures are applicable for building a house, land, leaf, fruit, you name it. I would more think as an exercise to do different textures than an exercise to do eggs. But if eggs is what you guys like, here I have 26 different types of eggs. So things you want to use. Also, sorry, if you like the video, please hit like. Also consider subscribing to the video and then hit that notification button if you like it. Things I'm going to use, I use a 6B Faber-Castell pencil. It's a mechanical clutch pencil, easy to use, and I'm using two synthetic brush. These are from Jackson. They were bought about 8 years ago. They were the cheapest brush back then, and it still works fine. And then I have a couple of smaller brushes. If you look at it, they're nothing particular, and I have a small piece of wood. We're going to do some texture by tapping to get some texture. And then also on my right, I have a John Pike Big Well palette. I will put in a slide to show what are the different colors. Also, I have a roll of tissue to soak up excess in case. And then also the paper I'm using is a Saunders 300 grams rough. These are simple sketches. I'm not going to add too many details. These are just to give you an idea how it looks, and the 23, and there's an image for you guys as well. So the bluebird, roughly 2, and then there's a slightly smaller house sparrow, wren, that one is slightly out shape, flicker, oracle, cardinal, they're about the same size, catbird, scarlet, robin is slightly bigger, mockingbird has a slightly bigger gut, redwing, brown crusher, kilter. I don't know how that bird is. Then there's a crow, which is like a teardrop. Then there's a meadowlark, starling. There's a mallard, which is almost a. Then there is teen and ring-necked pheasant. Alright, so let me just erase that and draw that again. Yep, so nothing fancy about it, it's just. So I'm going to be quickly ruthless, and I'm just trying to get a similar tone, but I'm not going to spend lots of time. So the first one is the bluebird, and we're always working in 4 layers. So the drawing, the lower tone, the mid tone, and highlights. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have completed the drawing, and I'm doing the lowest tone. All I'm doing is filling in the base tone or lower tone or whatever tone you want to guys think. And the other one has a little bit of turquoise. The next one is white, off-white, but it's never white. It has a little bit of gray in it. And then also bear in mind, once it dries, it becomes a lot more opaque. So, and lavender. The next one has a little bit of burnt sienna. And a hint of red. Again, there's a white with the shadow of yellow. And the white with a hint of gray. There's a cardinal. And there's a beautiful turquoise greenish color. I'm not sure what that color is. It's of a bluish green tint. Then there's a indigo and a little bit of green. It's a little more green. I'm going to the mockingbird, a little bit of lavender, and then it's got blue. That one is not the right color. Looks a lot. Yeah, that's fine. It's funny how a lot of these eggs look very similar. It's like a hint of pink. That one is a little bit of yellow ochre. And I would say the other one, the base color is yellow ochre as well. A little bit of gray, white, but off-white. Indigo and a little bit of, lavender and a little bit of green. And a lighter yellow ochre. Yellow ochre with a hint of a little bit of red, a more yellow. It's a bit dark, I'm just wiping it off. And burnt umber, a little bit of burnt umber. Yeah, I would say that's the color. That's it. So we've done the light tones, and let's crack on with some highlights. So the bluebird, so it's got a little bit of highlight, gives you the 3D, and that one fairly looks unspeckled. Also, I'm going to just take a little bit of pigment on the top just to give that highlight on the top. So the next one has a little bit of lavender on the side, and I will come back and then add some speckle on that one. So the third one, goldfinch, I'm coming in, adding a little more depth to it. And the house sparrow needs a lot of speckling. I'm just taking the smallest brush, and then also I'm not too worried about if the speckles jump onto the other one. And it's a green speckle. I've been using this bamboo stick for when you fold the sheet, instead of trying to use the fingers hurts after a while. A piece of bamboo makes it easy to do that. And house sparrow. So a little more. I'm turning the angle, and I will just connect few just to get that texture, and voila, that's how you do a textured. And the next one is the wren. So it's got some red and yellow. Same thing, I'm just concentrating on, looks like there's more on top and then on the bottom. That's all right. And few scattered around. And that's my wren. Then we're looking at the flicker, a little bit of gray tones. Nope, that's a bit too dark. No worries, I'm going to come back. I'm going to soften the edge and add a little more on the side. And every egg has a shadow. This gives you a little bit of depth, but I'm going to come back and then add a shadow maybe, or I will see how it goes. So the next one is Oreo. I'm going to just use a small brush because it's got such few speck. I can come in and I'm going to just tap it with my finger just to give that textured feeling, and I will call it a day. And cardinal, it's got some yellow burnt umber, plenty. If I want a slightly bigger droplets, I take a little more pigment and I hit it slightly from a higher point. If I want slightly bigger, I'm going to go I'm happy with that. I'm going to just blend few speckles here and there, and there you go. I can use a few more speckles. It's got plenty of speckles. As I said, it's handy to just have a piece of paper so that you're not messing about any other egg. That's it. Comes to the cat food. So a little bit of gray, indigo, and obviously the light source is coming from that side. And I don't want any sharp edges, so I'm going to just wash it down. Take a little bit of tissue. Excuse me. And the next one, Scarlet Tangier, has a lot of blue speck. I'm going to just pick up a lot of blue dots, and I think I'm going to just cover a little bit because it's got too many. And I continue with the same process of more pigment. A little bit of brown pigments. That's it. And I move on to the robin. It's just a darker lavender. I'm going to come in and clean the hard edges so that it stays cleaner. Then the mockingbird. Everything looks yes, I'm okay with that. Yeah, we're just creating textures. Okay, and there's a red winged black, and that one I'm gonna just do freestyle because there's very few. The next one, brown Tasha, has a lot of small red, but very small. I'm okay with that. Then there's a killdeer. I'm gonna go with manual because it's just got random speck. And a few scattered ones just to get just that technique. And the next one is the crow. More splattering and a little bit of, why don't I put up a couple of papers on the side? It's going to go over. Just rubbing off few just to give that effect. That's it. And the meadowlark. Every single one of them is the same texture with slightly different colors. But you can see how beautiful different textures you could create an amazing palette of textures. And I'm going to come back and then hit few. Next one. Level of shadow. Also, once these dry, I'll come over and then give a a ring of shadow, but it needs to dry a little bit. Yellow ochre. Yellow ochre. Right. A little more, and a turn. I'm going to do with a slightly bigger brush. So there's no rhyme or reason. It's just I think I'm okay with that. And the last one is a ring necked pheasant. So yellow ochre, a little bit of dark. See what I'm doing? So I'm just creating the edge, and I'm coming back with a clean brush, and I'm softening the edge on the top. Clean water, I'm just coming in, cleaning up the top, and I'll add a little more pigment on the side. Alright, so for all the splattered ones, I'm going to just come in, add a little more color or shadow on the side, very light. That gives you that extra dimension that it's light and dark. Because the egg is on the top, and then this one a little more dark. Because it's a single light source, every painting will have similar shadows. Oh, that was a bit dark. That's all right. I'm gonna come back and then take it out. That's it. This one is a little wet, might bleed into it, but we will take a chance. It's a little bit of red. Same thing. Yellow ochre, a little bit of every single one is a similar story. If you know how to do one, chances are you know how to do 23. But it's fun to use different colors and then paint them. I'm still thinking about whether I should add a shadow. We'll add a shadow on one, and then we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't look good, then I'm not going to do anything. This one is fine. I'm going to add a little more. That egg looks too... doesn't look like a... Alright, that's it. Why don't I just try one egg, maybe this one, see how it looks, the shadow. If it doesn't look good, then we will... No, I think I'm gonna not add it. we'll just call it a day. Yep. So that one included the medium tones and the highlights. Highlight in this one, in case these are the few highlights. But every drawing is in 4 cases. So 23x, easy texture creation, all the X you'll ever need. Thank you once again for watching the show. Please hit a like button and subscribe. Please consider subscribing the video and hit that notification button if you haven't already done. Thank you. See you in the next video. Till then, take care, and then do keep watercoloring. Bye.